Hi, my name is Rosemary Russo. I'm going to be your professor for sustainability for municipalities, and I am trying to introduce my son. Come on in. And my dog. Maybe not. Now you got a little lover. Um, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about my background, my academic background, and my professional background, and then give you a little information about the class. So my academic background is I started out as an environmental science and oceanography teacher 25 years ago. And at that time, there's a lot of medical waste washing up on the Jersey Shore, so I got very involved with Medical Waste Dumping Act, and it started me on the path to law school. So I have a law degree from Vermont Law School, specifically on environmental law, and then I also have a doctorate in environmental education. And my doctorate research was about practical education strategies, and what I mean by that is really comprehensive. So rather than having someone in the engineering department or in the natural resource department, the idea is that students need a broad brush to be a good environmental leaders. And so I did my research on service learning and setting students up on real projects in different communities. And a book was published about it in December. It's called Jumping from the Ivory Tower. And so, so I was a teacher and a professor and a department chair and a dean for a number of years, and I was also in the environmental consulting world. And so I think I'm a little different from most academic professionals because I kept my foot in both worlds. And some of my consulting experience was working for EPA as a Superfund negotiator, and so it was a mix between science and law and community involvement. I also worked for the Department of Energy doing environmental impact statements, and then did a lot of corporate training for Coors and Kodak, and I did some international training down in the Maquiladoras in Mexico. And so right now, I work as a sustainability coordinator for the city of Fort Collins, and so I'll be talking about Fort Collins a lot, but I'll also be talking about different municipalities around the country, and just letting you know who I think has the best wind program or who has the best website, and this way you have some resources, because 4 weeks I think will go by pretty fast. So in this class, we're going to start off with I'm just going to try to give you a little background about the scientific principles of climate change. We're going to be talking in the law segment, the Mayor's Climate Protection Agreement. I'm going to be talking about setting your greenhouse gas emission baseline, how to do that. I'll give you a sample database and talk about some of the other databases that are out there and which ones I think are easier to use. And then there's quite a few PowerPoints on there, and what I'm going to try to do is, you can go through the PowerPoints anytime, but I'm going to try to use the webcam and just give you some, the lecture notes I would give if I was giving this in a traditional classroom. And so the PowerPoints are on more specific topics of sustainability, like data center cooling, recycling information, how to do a zero waste event, how to engage your employees. And then again, like I said, we'll be looking at different municipalities across the country. We'll be mostly focusing in on municipal operations, but we'll also look at a community action plan. So if you're in different stages, there'll be a little of both, of how to do a plan for your city itself, and then also if you want to roll it out to the community. And then lastly, I'm going to be giving you some resources. This way, when the class is finished, you can go through. I have a list of different calculators people have used, just some great movies, just some additional resources that you can use. And so the one thing I want to say is I am used to teaching credit classes, and so I probably have over-prepared, and there's probably more information than you want to cover in 4 weeks. But the way I envision this is that we'll have different tiers of people. Some people are just going to look at the PowerPoint at their own pace. Some people will actually be doing the discussion questions and the assignments. And then finally, I think there are some people that may be further along that actually use the database to enter real data rather than me giving you sample data to learn how to use the tool. If you have time to start to gather the information, and I'll go over that this first class, about getting your real like trash volume numbers in there, your recycling numbers if you have it, your electrical numbers if you have it, or your fuel use or alternative fuel use. And so if you're really ambitious and you want to do that, I think that'd be the highest sort of level. And I'm also open if you have questions that you don't see on the syllabus and it's a challenge for your organization and you have questions about that. Please feel free, either email me or give me a call, and I'll see if we can either do it as a class or just have a private conversation about it. So I'm really excited, and I hope you are too, and this should be a good class. Thanks.